Hey everyone, and if you're part of the XRP community, you're in the right place at the right time. Before we dive in, let me make one thing crystal clear. This is not financial advice. Everything I'm sharing today is educational analysis based on public data, community discussions, and market insights. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. Now let's get to the good stuff. XRP is absolutely buzzing on X right now, and the energy is electric. At $2.36 today, October 22nd, 2025, XRP is showing serious momentum, and the community is lit up with speculation about where it's headed next. Could XRP's role in global finance push it to new heights? In the next hour, we're diving deep into the surge, unpacking real-time expos from influencers, breaking down XRP's tech, and exploring scenarios that could shape its future. This is your chance to get ahead of the curve with insights you won't find just anywhere. Stick with me, because this is going to be a wild ride. Let's kick things off with the spark that's got the XRP army fired up. X is exploding with chatter, and it's not just random noise. It's rooted in XRP's real-world potential. Picture this. XRP's ledger is designed for lightning-fast, low-cost cross-border payments, something the world desperately needs. Just today, XRP Avengers dropped a post that's racked up over 3,600 likes, saying, "I'm so bullish on XRP." That's not just hype, it's a signal of growing confidence. But why is everyone so excited? Think of XRP like the Internet of money. While traditional banks are stuck in the dial-up era, XRP is 5G, settling transactions in seconds. The question is, could this tech make XRP a cornerstone of global finance? Hang tight because we're about to unpack a tweet that's got the community buzzing with possibilities. Let's dive into the surge step by step, starting with where XRP stands today. At 236, it's climbing steadily from recent lows, and the momentum is undeniable. To understand why, let's look at XRP's core strength, its ability to solve real-world problems. Unlike many cryptocurrencies that are speculative, XRP has a clear use case, streamlining payments for banks, institutions, and even governments. Imagine you're sending money overseas. With traditional systems, it's like mailing a check across the globe. Slow, expensive, and full of fees. XRP. It's like sending an instant message done in seconds with minimal cost. This isn't just theoretical. Ripple's on-demand liquidity has already processed billions in transactions for major financial players. But here's where it gets interesting. What if this adoption keeps growing? Let's check out a tweet that's hinting at something massive. Pulling in real-time X insights. Imatrix Ronin posted today with over 300 views. I think countries could use XRP to streamline global debt settlements that could value XRP at triple digits. That's a bold scenario. Imagine nations settling trillions in debt instantly on XRP's ledger. It's not a guarantee, but it's a possibility that's got people talking. Why does this matter? Because XRP's tech is built to handle massive scale. According to Ripple's public reports, their network has processed over $70 billion in transaction volume. And that's just the start. If more institutions or even central banks jump on board, what could that mean for XRP's role in finance? Let's keep digging because there's another expose coming up that ties this to a real-world trend. To make this crystal clear, let's use an analogy. XRP is like the plumbing of global finance. It's not flashy, but it's essential. When banks need to move money across borders, XRP's pipes make it fast, cheap, and reliable. Compare that to the old system, clunky, expensive, and prone to breakdowns. Data backs this up. Ripple's partnerships span over 70 countries, with institutions like Santander and Standard Chartered leveraging XRP's tech. But here's a mini cliffhanger. What if a major economy starts using XRP for treasury operations? 25 Hours Awake tweeted today with 3,500 views. Trillions could flow into XRP if real estate markets tokenize on its ledger. Tokenization, turning assets like property into digital tokens on XRP's network, could be a game changer. Could this spark a supply squeeze? Stick around because we're about to explore that idea further. Let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture. XRP's surge isn't happening in a vacuum. It's part of a broader shift in finance. Web sources like Nasdaq have pointed out that spot XRP ETFs could be approved soon, potentially unlocking billions in institutional investment. Think about it. If Bitcoin's ETF approvals drove its price to new highs, what could XRP ETFs do? This isn't a prediction, but a scenario to consider. Let's go back to X for more community pulse. Skipper XRP shared a clip saying, "Stablecoins settling payments in seconds." That's XRP's wheelhouse. Bullish. With hundreds of likes, this post shows the community's excitement about XRP's edge in fast global transfers. But here's the question. Could this momentum push XRP past its 2017 peak of $384? Let's dive deeper into the data. Let's talk numbers for a moment because the XRP community loves hard facts. XRP's market cap today is around 132 billion, with a circulating supply of roughly 56 billion coins. If adoption grows, say through more bank partnerships or ETF inflows, demand could outpace supply. To put this in perspective, let's revisit that tokenization idea. If even a fraction of global real estate valued at over $600 trillion gets tokenized on XRP's ledger, the impact could be massive. Crypto Insight X tweeted, "XRP could be the backbone for tokenized assets." We're talking billions, maybe trillions in new volume. That's got over 120 likes and counting. Is this the catalyst we've been waiting for? Let's break it down with a historical comparison to keep you hooked. Rewind to 2017 when XRP hit 384 during a wave of adoption hype. That run was driven by early bank partnerships and speculation about Ripple's tech. Today's landscape is different, more mature, with real-world use cases in place. Ripple's network now supports over 300 financial institutions, and the SEC case, once a major hurdle, is nearing a favorable resolution. This is huge for confidence. But let's address a viewer pain point. If you've been holding XRP through the dips, you might be wondering, is this really the moment? The data suggests yes. Adoption is accelerating and exposts are reflecting that optimism. XRP Daily tweeted, "XRP's ledger is ready for global scale. Banks are testing it and ETFs are coming. Are you ready?" That's got 2,000 views and sparked heated debates in the comments. What's your take? Now let's tackle some common myths, because if you're skeptical about XRP's potential, you're not alone. Myth 1. XRP's massive supply means it can't reach high prices. Wrong. Supply doesn't dictate value when utility is king. Look at Bitcoin. Its 2017 run wasn't just about scarcity, it was about adoption. XRP's use in cross-border payments could drive demand far beyond today's levels. Toro Digital 8 pushed back on high predictions, saying $100 XRP, no way. Maybe $813. Respect the skepticism, but consider this. If XRP captures even 1% of the 10 trillion daily forex market, the math changes fast. Myth 2. Regulatory risks will crush XRP. Not anymore. The SEC case is winding down, and clarity is boosting confidence. Legal XRP tweeted, "SEC case nearly done." XRP's path is clear. That's got 1,500 likes. Feeling the FOMO yet? Let's keep going. Let's explore another scenario to keep the energy high. What if central banks start testing XRP for cross-border settlements? It's not far-fetched. Ripple's already working with central bank digital currency projects. Imagine the US or another major economy piloting XRP for instant treasury transfers. Global XRP tweeted, "Central banks eyeing XRP for CBDCs." This could be huge. With 800 views, that post is sparking debates about XRP's role in the future of money. To break it down, let's use another analogy. XRP is like the highway system for global finance. While others are stuck in traffic, XRP's lanes are wide open, moving value at lightning speed. Could this be the edge that pushes XRP to new highs? Let's look at more X buzz to find out. Diving back into X, a crypto bull 225 posted, "XRP's tech is unmatched. Banks, remittance firms, even governments. Everyone's looking at it. $5 by year end. That's got 600 likes and counting, with comments debating price targets from $3 to $50. This isn't about guarantees, it's about possibilities. Web sources like CoinDesk note that XRP's transaction speed, 4 seconds per settlement, beats competitors like Swift hands down. If adoption keeps climbing, what could that mean for you as an XRP holder? Let's circle back to that ETF idea. If approved, ETFs could bring in billions, tightening supply and boosting demand. XRP investor tweeted, ETFs are the key. Institutional money is coming. That's got 1,000 views. Are you starting to see the bigger picture? Let's address another pain point: volatility. If you've been through XRP's ups and downs, you know it's a roller coaster. But here's the thing: every major crypto has faced this. Bitcoin dropped 80% in 2018, then soared to $69,000. XRP's fundamentals are stronger now than ever, with real-world adoption driving the narrative. Ripple fan tweeted, XRP is not just a coin, it's infrastructure. Banks are using it, and that's why I'm holding, and that's got 2,300 likes. The community's resilience is unmatched, and you're part of it. But here's a teaser. What if the next wave of adoption comes from an unexpected player? Stick around, because we're about to dive into a scenario that could blow your mind. Let's talk about tokenized assets again, because this is where things get exciting. Imagine real estate, stocks, or even art being traded as tokens on XRP's ledger. It's not sci-fi, it's happening. Ripple's working on tokenization tech, and of tokenized XRP, tweeted tokenized assets on XRP could unlock trillions. Supply squeezing coming with one's 800 views. That post is fueling speculation. Picture this: a 600 trillion real estate market with even 1% tokenized on XRP. That's $6 trillion in new demand. Could this push XRP's value higher? Let's use another analogy. XRP's ledger is like a digital marketplace where assets move as easily as emails. The more assets it hosts, the more valuable it becomes. What's your price target in this scenario? Now, let's counter another myth. XRP is only for banks, so retail investors miss out. Not true. XRP's utility benefits everyone. When banks save billions on transfers, that efficiency ripples through the economy, boosting XRP's value for holders like you. XRP community tweeted, XRP is not just for suits, it's for us. Every transaction pumps the network. That's got 2,400 likes and sparked comments like, "Tend our XRP by 2026. The community is driving this narrative, and you're part of it. But here's a question. Could XRP's retail adoption explode alongside institutional use? Let's explore that with another X post. Diving back into X, a bullish XRP tweeted, "Retail's waking up to XRP. With DeFi platforms integrating Ripple's tech, we're just getting started." That's got 900 views and comments debating DeFi's impact. DeFi, decentralized finance, could let you stake, lend, or trade XRP in new ways, boosting demand. Web sources like CryptoSlate highlight Ripple's push into DeFi, which could bridge institutional and retail worlds. Imagine XRP powering DeFi apps while banks use it for settlements. That's a dual engine for growth. Are you seeing the potential yet? Let's keep the momentum going with another scenario. What if XRP becomes a go-to for remittances? Over $800 billion in remittances flow globally each year, often with high fees. XRP cuts those costs to pennies. Remit XRP tweeted, XRP saving billions for migrant workers. That's real impact. With Renaton's 100 likes, that post shows XRP's human side. Picture a world where sending money home is as easy as texting. That's XRP's promise, and it's already delivering for companies like MoneyGram. Could this drive mass adoption? Let's look at one more X post to tie it together. XRP Alpha tweeted Evernorth plus Ripple advisors. XRP poised for growth. Billions in treasury buys. Get ready. With 1,500 views, this post hints at institutional moves. Ever a financial giant could be testing XRP's ledger. Though details are scarce, if true, it's another piece of the puzzle. Let's recap the data. Ripple's partnerships, ETF potential, tokenization, DeFi, remittances, all pointing to XRP's growing role. Again, this is not financial advice. Do your own research before acting. As we wrap up, let's hit the high notes. XRP Surge is built on real utility, fast, cheap transactions that banks, DeFi platforms, and maybe even governments are adopting. X posts from RXRP Avengers to RXRP Alpha show the community's unstoppable energy. Scenarios like tokenization, ETFS, and remittances paint a bright future. You, the XRP army, are the heart of this movement. You've held through volatility, and now the potential is shining. If this analysis fired you up, smash that like button. Drop a comment with your thoughts on XRP's future. Fire $10. Subscribe for more insights and share with the XRP community. Let's keep pushing forward together. Leo out.